Hey guys, Drapion here to show you another team. Here we have Sableye, Drapion, Nidoqueen. And so they lead with a Hypno and swap immediately into Toxicroak. And so this is a pretty tough matchup for Nidoqueen. I'm going to have to shield, but at the same time, it's a very safe win in the one shield um, because I'm going to outpace them to these poison things. And Toxicroak is very glassy, so I'm going to be able to just shield um, and poison thing down. And unfortunately, this energy is going to go nowhere because Hypno's confusion is just too strong. It takes me out in 4 turns. And so, uh, luckily, I have two things that beat Hypno. Um, so my Drapion actually has Crunch instead of Sludge Bomb. I was originally running Sludge Bomb for things like Umbreon, but Crunch is actually getting a buff next season, and I wanted to get used to running Crunch because I thought it might be better next season. And what I discovered is it's actually a lot better than Sludge Bomb. You can see even in that flipped Umbreon matchup, those Aqua Tails still chunk, and you really only want Sludge Bomb for the Umbreon and the Azumarill matchups, and I didn't see any Azumarills today on my Drapion. I think the Azumarills, I saw Azumarills when I was running Sludge Bomb, and they all lost against me. So I think that Azumarills caught on. They've decided they want nothing to do with Drapion, and I'm in a pretty good spot here. I can shield up, Poison Sting down, um, and they're forced to throw all their energy. So now Shadow Claw, yeah, very safe win. So next I have Sableye into Jellicent, another great lead for me. And they switch out into Scrafty, which is a very safe win for Nidoqueen. Um, I believe that I'm going to shield this up, thinking that they're going to foul play me here. Luckily they do, so I don't have to double shield, um, because their next foul play won't kill me, and they don't even get to it. So this is a huge win for me. Um, they take the shield advantage over switch advantage, which was not a very smart play for them. But I mean, they couldn't have known that I had another counter uh, for Jellicent. And so now they have a Charm Ninetales. Um, and so this Charm Ninetales is going to force the shield and do a lot of fast move pressure. This is another case where Sludge Bomb would have won me the game, but I should still win this. You know, if Sludge Bomb would have helped me win easier, um, but I win anyway without Sludge Bomb, and I win so many other matchups with Crunch, then I feel like that's all the more reason to run Crunch instead of Sludge Bomb. You know, you don't want to win super safely. You want to be able to just barely win everything, rather than winning something super safely and losing something super bad. And so Venusaur is a very easy lead because I can just switch into my safe swap, and uh, the Sableye has a fairly good matchup as well. Um, Sometimes the Venusaur even stays in on Drapion or even throws a move on Drapion, which is ideal because they haven't quite figured out that it's such a negative matchup, because they don't necessarily want to be on the Sableye anyway. So a lot of times they actually wait it out a little bit. And so this is another matchup where having Crunch really came in clutch, because having Crunch turns that Sableye matchup into a very safe one. And obviously, you need the Aqua Tails for Stunfisk, because the whole point of this team is to lure out the Stunfisk and do some guaranteed damage with Drapion. And so Drapion has run through almost their entire team now. Drapion did so much damage. And now Nidoqueen is going to outpace, going to do huge damage. That's one of the things that makes this team so deadly, is that Nidoqueen and Sableye both do some of the most guaranteed damage, safe damage in the game, because the Shadow Claws do a lot of efficient damage. The Crunch, the Foul Play, does a lot of consistent damage return for things that are strong against Foul Play. The Poison Fangs, the core is one of the most safe cores, I think, because of the guaranteed damage. And nothing walls that core. I don't think there's a core breaker in the current meta. There definitely are core breakers out there. The main one that I'm worried about in Season 9 is Pidgeot. I have ideas on how to beat Pidgeot with this team specifically, but they're not good ones. And I have to wait to see how good Feather Dance is in the upcoming season. It could be still brokenly good. It could be fair and balanced. I don't think that they're going to make it underpowered. There's no way that you can take a move. Feather Dance was the best move in the game for this very short amount of time that Pidgeot was out. And there's no way they're going to completely neuter it. It's going to still be brokenly good, I'm sure. So Pidgeot is my major worry with this team. So you're going to see they're going to no-shield this, because they were so confident that I was going to go Poison Fang, but I didn't want to Poison Fang. I just wanted to go straight Earth Power. So this next lead is probably the most difficult lead. You can see with this team, Swampert really beats the back two and has a very tenuous, very tricky matchup with Sableye. Luckily, they switch out, which is a huge win for me, because I got a little bit of extra farm on the Umbreon, and then I can use my Nidoqueen on the Umbreon. So this is ideal alignment here for me, because now I should outpace the Swampert due to getting those 2 extra Shadow Claws in. And they're going to switch back out into Swampert. I should have thrown the Earth Power here, but that's okay, because these foul plays are going to one-shot. And I think I shield this. No, yeah, I shield. And I think that I can tie them to the next move, and I think that even XL Sableye wins CMP. So they let that go correctly, I think. And they take me out with foul play, but I think that was all their energy. So this Drapion is in a pretty good place. It gets a lot of energy, and here you're going to see why you choose Crunch. Does so much damage. I could have baited with Aqua Tail there. Oh yeah, this is the one that I lost, actually, because I just did not throw that Crunch. I don't know why. Sometimes I just decide not to throw moves, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I can actually die, and that's game over. So that would have been a safe win, though. This is a 15 game streak of 2 4-1s, or I think it's 2 5-0s and 1 4-1. So that was the one loss, and I should have won. I just forgot to throw the move. And so this is another tough matchup. Politoed. Luckily, the Politoed is not on the Nidoqueen. So yeah, Politoed might be a little more dangerous for this team than Swampert. But the thing is that Politoed's getting a nerf next season. So Politoed, I think that that nerf, even though it's just 5 damage, it's going to be a pretty critical break point for Politoed, where it doesn't hit that hard, and now it's going to hit even softer, no fast move pressure at all, um, which is why I think that uh, Drapion, which is getting a charge move, a huge charge move buff on Crunch, which is already very good on it, and has the Aqua Tail, which is also a 4-turn move like Politoed's Weather Ball. I think it's going to be so good, and I think that Politoed's going down. So here you see once again, this is a safe matchup as long as you're willing to go down shields. I actually snipe, and because of the Poison Fang debuffs, that's actually going to kill. And I get off this extra foul play, which chunks, and this is a Charm Ninetales, so this is super good for me. I can just go for the Poison Fang here. This is going to take them out. Yeah, I don't know why people are running. I saw so many Charm Ninetales, and that's just not the play. Ninetales with Powder Snow is so much better in that situation. Like once again, Charm allows you to hard win matches, but also hard lose matches, and Powder Snow is much safer. You rarely see that sort of like hard winning or hard losing, as long as you play smart. I think that yeah, so I'm gonna throw one poison jab and throw my move. So I only give them 1 turn, and now I can go up to 4 poison jabs. That's 8 turns. I'm only giving them 1 turn again, and they let it go, which is really nice because I have 2 things that are good against Jellicent. So Jellicent has nowhere to go. I can effectively go into my safe swap. Don't have to shield anything because nothing hurts. Drapion, yeah, that resisted Shadow Ball does nothing. I predict they're not going to shield this. Oh, they do shield it. Yeah, so I just shield in return because I'm going to outpace them. Oh, they do have Ice Beam, so they're. I don't even know if Ice Beam does that much more than Shadow Ball, to be honest. And so this Ninetales is Powder Snow. Unfortunately, it's bad in this situation because this is a neutral magic now. I predict they shield this. Yeah, they shield. And then I can let this go, thinking it's just going to be a Weather Ball bait. They Weather Ball me. Yeah, I don't want to shield because I want to save shields for Nidoqueen. So I can get off this Poison Fang, and that's going to be game over. They needed to get to 2 Weather Balls or fast move me down, and they were 2 Powder Snows away from fast moving me down, so pretty safe win there. Okay, Sableye into Stunfisk. This is a kind of tricky matchup because you really need to call the right plays here in order to secure the win because the 2 Pokemon in the back really don't want to see Stunfisk. So I always go up to the 8 Shadow Claws to tie them to the Earthquake. And you see there that they actually go Rock Slide. So most likely this Stunfisk was thinking of Sableye in terms of the non-Excel version, which it can pretty reliably beat going straight Rock Slide. But XL Sableye actually cannot be beaten straight Rock Slide. You're going to outpace, but you can easily take 2 Rock Slides, and they're not going to be able to Mudshot down, unlike the non-XL Sableye. So you can just take those Rock Slides. It's when they Earthquake and it goes through that you kind of have a problem, but at the same time, they still can't Mudshot you down. They need to Earthquake, then Rock Slide. And you're going to want to try and win that lead, definitely. Another thing you can do is you get them super low, you can try to outpace them with Drapion to kill them with the Aqua Tail, but that runs the risk of them swapping out, and then your Nidoqueen is almost definitely going to need to Earth Power unless you get them super, super low. you need to get them to like 5% for Poison Fang and the Poison Jabs to take them out. And even then, it's a very, very close thing. So I do not advise that play, but I have done that before. I don't think it's ever worked. Um, but it is a play, thinking in terms of like they might not switch out because they're like, oh, this is an okay matchup, and they might not realize that I get to my move in 4 turns. They might not realize that Aquatail kind of does a lot because it's super effective. A lot of people underestimate regular Drapion. I think that Shadow Drapion is better. I just don't have a good Shadow Drapion for Great League. I have one that still has frustration. But Shadow Drapion is so good because it just hits a lot harder with that almost guaranteed charge move damage. But at the same time, it's kind of like Nidoqueen in that it has a lot more survivability. I'm completely spacing out these battles here, but yeah, that was a Shadow Zapdos, which someone probably saw in the latest Rise to the Occasion video. And once again, the guaranteed fast move pressure from this team is what really won me that game, right? Because fast move pressure, Zapdos crumbles under fast move pressure at all, and that Poison Jab, Poison Fang, Shadow Claw was too much for it. It just got deleted. And so now you see someone actually earthquaking me, so you can see what I do in that situation when someone earthquakes me. I'm going to have to shield this. I could have thrown, but I wanted to get the extra Shadow Claw in. You see, I don't get the extra Shadow Claw in, and they get in a Mud Shot. So I was actually in trouble there. They could have two-shielded and farmed down, and that would have been game over. Absolutely game over for me. So, but instead, I flip the lead, and I take a shield. So we're now even shields. And this is not a very good matchup because these weather balls are just so efficient and so spammy. Luckily, because my Drapion is rank 11, I'm able to survive that second weather ball. The reason why I didn't throw until after they threw the weather ball was because I really wanted to get to 2 crunches, but I was not able to get there. I thought that I'd live with a little more health, but I did not. Poison Fang coming through. This is still going to be an insanely close game because Tropius is so bulky. But luckily these Leaf Blades don't hit very hard. Because Tropius is so bulky, it doesn't hit that hard. So I handled it. And then luckily I'm able to get down the Pelipper in 4 fast moves, which means that it's not able to get off its Weather Ball. So safe win there because I knew that it was only 4 Poison Jabs to take down the Pelipper, Toilet Bird. Okay, so now I'm not even pretending that I have Sludge Bomb here. This is another Pokemon that you kind of want Sludge Bomb for, but to be honest, I was thinking that they were going to switch, and I wanted to get guaranteed damage off to put them into return range. Probably unnecessary because I showed my hand with the Aquatail. But I bet that if I had gone up to Sludge Bomb, they probably would have swapped out before I could get any damage off. And so now I'm able to come back in with my Sableye, effectively sack the Sableye, because I'm going to be able to threaten the return here. I can actually bait. I think I'm going to bait here because I recognize that I can get to a return and a foul play as long as I shield. So I'm expecting them to shield this, thinking that I think that I can't get to a return and a foul play, and they do shield it. So now I'm able to win this. I switch out, storing 1 away from the return. I switch out because I wanted to Poison Fang whatever they had in the back, because a Poison Fang plus an Earth Power is going to take out most things. You're going to see this Earth Power will put it within 2 Poison Jabs of dying. So I do. I let this go, This is just a Bubble Beam, and they actually undercharge the Bubble Beam. There's no reason to do that. Maybe they're just giving up at that point, but this return is going to take out their Obstagoon, and that's a super safe win. So just showing how dancing around with this team can put you in a very positive situation. As long as you dance around it smartly and you make like the right choices, I don't think that it can be a bad thing. You can't really put yourself in a bad spot because the current meta is so weak to this team. You're going to see Mew against Sableye, and then they immediately swap into their Azumarill. And so I immediately swap into my Nidoqueen. I actually let this go. I'm not really sure why I let this go. I had a sneaking suspicion that they were going to play rough, I guess, and then I'm able to farm all the way down. So that's probably one of the best Azumarill wins that I've ever gotten, which I think speaks a lot because I think Azumarill is one of those things that's always going to be in the meta and always going to be really good. And so you see there, I'm just making these bizarrely good plays that I have no idea why I made them, but it secures me the game because Sableye is very good against Registeel. It's going to outpace to these foul plays, and I think that luckily I have Crunch on the Drapion. That's another reason to run Crunch. But I think it would still be a loss with Drapion. Yeah, because I don't need to take that Flash Cannon. And you see there that the game actually stored my switch, even though I took the move. I was trying to catch the move, and then it switched me, which is fine. So this is a tough lead once again. I'm going to have to dance around this a bit because they're going to outpace me unless I can somehow get 2 Shadow Claws of energy somewhere. I have to shield, so they've forced me to shield, which is not good because I can just they can just 2 shield this, and then they win super safely. Yeah, this is not good, but luckily I get them really low. They decide not to 2 shield, which is a mistake. And then we both insta swap. So if I just waited a little bit longer, I could have potentially swapped into my my Nidoqueen, and then this game would be over. But I do not. I switch into Drapion, and I get beaten pretty convincingly by the Galvantula. The Galvantula heavy fast move pressure is just a little bit too much for Drapion. But then I'm able to switch into my Nidoqueen, and Nidoqueen resists all of the moves that Meta Galvantula runs right now. You never see a Galvantula with Energy Ball, right? So, and then they had a Alolan Marowak in the back, so that was a complete sweep there. And so, yeah, so this is the better version of Ninetales against my team. But they're going to have to match me in shields because we're going to tie to the moves, and yeah, I can farm all the way down here. Yeah, I guess they didn't have to match me in shields just because I waited a little bit before switching. But I still got a lot of farm, and I'm able to switch into this Drapion, store 3 poison jabs worth of energy, and they're kind of stuck because they can't stay in, but at the same time they don't want their they have to throw away their Jellicent at this point. It's just a matter of who they throw it away to. And so now they catch onto Mandibuzz, and that's okay for me because the crunch doesn't do that much less than Aqua Tail. Obviously, it would have been ideal to get the Aqua Tail off, but really that's just like one wasted fast move. And with Poison Sting, you can afford to waste a few fast moves. And this should be a super safe win here. You're going to see how much a Shadow Ball does to an XL Sableye. That would have almost killed a regular non-XL Sableye, even the 100% best buddied one. And so I think that I probably, oh, I actually don't win this. So that was a really close game, right? I guess that was my second loss. And I liked that game. That was a fun game. I just turned out that their fast move pressure was just a little bit too much with the wing attacks. Wing Attack Mandibuzz, also a very good Pokemon. I prefer to lead with it. Um, but yeah, that was a good team by my opponent, and very questionable / bad plays by me. And so now you're going to see the Altaria versus Drapion matchup. Sableye has a slightly negative matchup versus Altaria. Drapion has a slightly negative matchup versus Altaria. But you see that I actually got them to shield first, which is really nice. Forcing them to shield and just getting that energy on Sableye is pretty ideal. And so now, much to my surprise, they have a Lucario in the back. And now my opponent makes a very stupid mistake here. They do not go all the way up to the Shadow Ball. They just go straight Power Punch, and they don't call, they incorrectly didn't shield the Earth Power. I was just going to go straight Earth Power there. After they Power Punch, there was no way I was going to go Poison Fang. It's really weird because they didn't bait; they just went straight Power Punch. Yeah, that was game over the second they did that. If they had baited correctly, or if they had Shadow Balled me, that game I probably would have lost. So Mawile is an interesting lead because this is the only Pokemon that does neutral fast move pressure. I do throw the foul play, even though it's resisted because Mawile is so squishy. And now you're going to see the Defense Deoxys versus Drapion matchup. And this is where Crunch just comes in so clutch because it's going to outpace the Defense Deoxys. I can win this matchup if I want to. I think I am going to win this matchup. Yeah, they Rock Slide me. Does not do very much at all. I Crunch again. They're probably going to shield, and then I think I can get to another Crunch. They don't shield. So they recognize I could get to another Crunch. I was going to outpace them. And so now I shield up a Power Punch, and that's okay because they're just going to do another Power Punch here. They might have made it to the Iron Head. I'm not sure where their energy is at. But I guess they just wanted the double Power Punch Fire Fang damage, but it's not worth it. You know, they're non-stab. And they really need to get rid of this. So, yeah, it was a mistake not going for the Iron Head at some point because Sableye is Wobbuffet's worst enemy. There are a few things that counter something as hard as Sableye counters Wobbuffet. You can see there from like 10% health or 5% health, it was able to almost completely defeat the Wobbuffet. And those are the end of my battles. So hope you enjoyed them. I do think that Drapion is going to be big next season with the buff to Crunch. So I hope that I could have been some help to you guys in reaching Legend. You know, that's all I want is for as many people as possible to reach Legend and start running Spice and having fun. Yeah, I think that Crunch is something to look out for sure next season. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe and stop by my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/bluffnear, to watch me do my battles on the treadmill every morning. All right, thank you. Bye.